you went to school and then you sort of learned how to be a chef. So how did that happen?
Yeah, I was going to Southern Oregon University, which is a great college here in town, and I was working at a local steak house called Omar's Restaurant. And if you're ever going through Ashland, you certainly need to go in there for a cocktail or dinner. It's awesome. It's an Ashland institution, and that was a scratch kitchen, and it was a brigade system. So in the culinary world, a brigade system definitely has the same structure as a golf facility: a general manager, director of instruction, director of golf, head professional. There's that same executive chef, saute, grill type of tertiary setup. And so I was the lowest level, of course, pantry cook, but it was a scratch kitchen. So what that means is we're making stocks from scratch, and everything was from scratch. There was no waste, cost of goods. And looking back now, like, their cost of goods must have been great because they were utilizing onion ends and carrot shavings to make beautiful stocks and demi-glace and like all these things that seemed really laborious and lame at the time. Had very much a purpose. And I remember I just really fell in love with this is more than just simply throwing fries in a fryer. This is an environment where, you're expected to execute at a high level, where if, something's not cut correctly, it'll get sent back to you. When I say sent back kindly, it's, the chef is going to be in my face because that's money. That's money. That's money. He was part owner. And so I really felt, concepts like mise en place, everything has its place, very clean workstation, very organized. Those things certainly have helped me in the golf world and in my career as an operator. But at the time, I just fell in love with, the creation. And it was honestly a pretty fun job. The food and beverage world is pretty fun. And so when I was going to school, that was one of the ways I, paid for extras. And then I had the ability, if I got the dishes done, I was the bar cook. So I worked 4 o'clock to close. So I'd work through the dinner service. And then once I got everything cleaned up, I just cooked burgers and fryer food for the bar. But it also afforded me time to do my homework. So that was kind of the grind for me at the time. And it was a fun one. I loved it.
So yeah, no, definitely. And the reality too is I've had much of your food, and you do it with, like, it's the same way that you enjoy probably the creative aspects of short game or hitting shots around. If you really boil it down, you probably started to figure that out when you were hitting wiffle balls around that cement orchard, as my dad would call it, or that granite orchard. You were hitting it around those things. You were shaping shots with the wiffle ball. But it's a creative thing. So that's really cool. So you did that, and then I'm sure at some point you thought, well, maybe I'll be a chef, or maybe I'll do something else.